Hi, I'm Marsh from StrataGames, and today we're playing Mono Red Madness with a twist. This is a deck donation from Chenjesu. They're a player who makes a lot of very interesting brews, and so I'm interested to see exactly how this works. I would say 80 to 90% of this deck is just your standard Mono Red Madness. We have Gutter Snipes, Fiery Tempers, Fire Blast, Grab the Prize, Highway Robbery, Faithless Looting, Lava Dart, Lightning Bolt, Voldaren Epicure, and Sneaky Snackers. However, there's just a lot of really interesting one-ofs that are included, some of which are from like a Mono Red Dredge list with a one-of Dread Return, Molten Gatekeeper, and Scrapwork Mutt. These are some pretty interesting cards, but I will admit that if we get the perfect situation where we're able to Dread Return a Gutter Snipe that's been killed, and then cast a whole bunch of spells because we haven't used any mana for that turn, it could be really good. Molten Gatekeeper, of course, is also just an Unearth attacker that can ping for a little bit if we're getting back our Snackers and things like that. Of course, Dread Return works nicely with Gatekeeper at Snackers, because we can return a bunch of those, sacrifice to bring back a Gutter Snipe, and always, bring them back again. Scrapwork Mutt definitely doesn't feel as powerful without like a Stinkweed Imp, but it is still just two ways to discard cards and draw another card, which could be discarding a Snacker or Fiery Temper or whatever. The other half of the one-of cards that are included are some Goblin cards. We have a one-of Goblin Matron, which can tutor up a Goblin. This is obviously an expensive way to find your Gutter Snipe, but it acts kind of as a fifth copy. Or it can find your Goblin Chirurgeon, which can sacrifice a Goblin, including itself, to regenerate target creature. So this is a little bit of insurance keeping your Gutter Snipe alive. And we're playing a one-of Tarfire, which can also be tutored with the Goblin Matron. Obviously, it's just a bad Lightning Bolt, except for the fact that it can be tutored up, and then it can be thrown at whatever you need it to be thrown at. Sideboard is mostly nothing crazy, with End the Festivities, Pyroblasts, a Flaring Pain, Smash to Smithereens, and Relic of Progenitus. But it's also playing a one-of Dark Dweller Oracle, which I suppose could also be tutored with the Goblin Matron, and could draw you a few extra cards. Definitely interested to see how this deck functions, so let's just take it for League and see how we do. Alright, we're on the play here, and I think a Grab the Prize with a Fiery Temper and some decent mana is just a keep. We also have Lava Dart if we're against something that we need to slow them down a little bit. Like, I kind of think we'll just pick off this Epicure. We're using up a damage that we could throw at face, but if I drew a Sneaky Snacker there, I'd probably want to Grab the Prize with it, Jagged Barons, and Gutter Snipe. So we're against Rakdos Madness. Of course, playing a Gutter Snipe and then the Grab the Prize next turn would be incredible, but of course Gutter Snipe can just die pretty easily here. We already have a Lava Dart and a Fire Blast. I think we just grab the prize with the Fiery Temper and try to find some more cheaper spells for the Gutter Snipe. We find a Goblin Matron that can find a Tarfire. They have a Highway Robbery and a Snacker. Dread Return. So let's see, Fire Blast plus Lava Dart is 5-9 with the Gutter Snipe. So if we play the Matron, find Tarfire, could be 13. I think that's probably right. Otherwise, I could find like another Gutter Snipe, but I probably can't play both of them before they die. I think we get the Tarfire here. If I get like one Lightning Bolt, I'll have lethal next turn. They pitch a Kitchen Imp to the Blood token, and we're taken for Scrapwork Mutt. Well, obviously we have a free discard there. I guess if I top deck another Fire Blast, that would be lethal. Swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 13. So we're 1 damage short from playing Gutter Snipe and shooting them. Grab the Prize. I think we pass. Faithless Looting. Discard Alms, Kitchen Imp. So they're going to go to 17. This plus the attack puts us to 5, which would kill us if they have like a Mountain double Lightning Bolt. There's the Mountain. So I probably should Lava Dart the Snacker or Tarfire. 17. Yeah, I think we kill a Kitchen Imp here to try to survive. We hit him down to 14. If we got like a Lava Dart, that would work. No. Gutter Snipe. Grab the Prize, discarding a Mountain, I guess. They're going to bolt it. Let's see. Do I need to kill these? Probably need to kill one of them. I'm not killing them this turn, I don't think. So let's Lava Dart the Snacker. Fire Blast them. Mountain and another Grab the Prize. They bolt the Mutt because they didn't want to be in Fire Blast range. Well, I'll play a Mountain and we'll see what happens. If they can deal 5 damage, I'll die. There's a Robbery. Discarding a Mountain, getting back a Snacker. Epicure Barons. So I'm dead to a Bolt, but they plot a Robbery. Okay. Can I deal 6 here? Potentially. Seems tough, though. That's a pretty good draw. So if I grab the Prize Lava Dart, they go to 3. Well, 2. They take 2, but then I have a Lava Dart on them. So if I draw a Lightning Bolt or anything like that, Fire Blast, I can win. Could Scrapwork Mutt, discard a Lava Dart. That doesn't seem as good. Grab the Prize, discarding the Dart. Fiery Temper, but I can't discard a Fiery Temper. And this Chirurgeon does not help. Lava Dart, swing for 1. They'll block. I guess I'll regenerate this guy. If they can't deal me 1 damage, then I can Lava Dart the Snacker, and then I can... No. Well, then if I get a Mountain, I guess I can, like, Fiery Temper them, and I can attack with the Matron, but it seems unlikely. We're dead. Pretty close. Definitely some of those cards we're trying out tripped us up a little bit. That's okay. I guess we get relics for their snackers. I don't know if that's even that good. I kind of feel like we were pretty close to getting there, and we just didn't quite draw what we needed. I think we just ship it back. This hand looks good. Pretty aggressive. Start with an Epicure. They Barons. Swing for 1. Gonna play a Mutt. Discard this Lava Dart. If they don't have a way to kill these, we can get a good amount of damage on them. Here, a Robbery. Discard a Snacker. I mean, already I could play Gutter Snipe and I have Fire Blast Lava Dart for 9 damage. Of course, they can kill the Gutter Snipe and we'd lose all our lands. Probably wait a little bit on that. Let's just Faithless Looting. Discard Double Mountain, I guess? Alright. I mean, 3 damage here, Lightning Bolt plus 9 damage from Lava Dart and Fire Blast does kill them. But yeah, they leave that back. Dread Return. So, Gutter Snipe here. Lava Dart the Snacker. Ping them for 2, then I attack for 3. They're at 10. They're gonna kill the Gutter Snipe, and I let it go. But then later, maybe I can, like, Dread Return this guy. I think that might be alright. Lava Dart here. They bolt. Swing for 3. Play a Robbery. Discard another Snacker. Faithless Looting. Alms and Kitchen Imp. I just need one more creature for this Dread Return. Like an Epicure. Fiery Temper. That's not bad, actually. Kind of want the blood token for the Dread Return, but I think I should maybe just shoot the Kitchen Imp with the Fiery Temper here, because it also draws me to potentially another land or something. So we're going to do that. Lava Dart's not bad. Hit him to 10. We have 9 burn damage in hand that we can cast. Well, we can do 8 of it next turn. Ugh, the life gain that they get is pretty unfortunate. Pass here. Snacker, no way to discard. Could Lava Dart both of these guys, but I lose a land and I can't afford to do that. I could Lava Dart and Bolt. They just come right back though. I think we'll attack with the Mutt because I can reanimate it. Well, unearth it for some decent value. Next turn. I could do it now to use my mana, but then it's exiled. That's no good. They have a Fiery Temper. 3 damage to us. Now they're gonna swing. I gotta Bolt the Snacker. Faithless brings them back. Vampire's Kiss. Yeah, this life gain is just killing us here. I think I gotta just bolt them because I'm on 2 little mana to do much else. Faithless Looting. So I could Faithless, discard a Snacker and a Dread Return, but I'm not getting them back in any way. I think I actually have to Scrapwork Mutt, try to discard the Snacker and draw a Mountain here. That didn't work. If I drew a Mountain, then I could Faithless Looting, bring back the Snacker, discard the Dread Return, and then reanimate the Gutter Snipe. They have a Breath Weapon. Fair enough. I guess we're not dead, to their Snackers at least. Not this turn. Flashback Looting for triple Snacker, Epicure, and Epicure. And the festivities would be pretty good right now. Let's see, Faithless discards Temper, they go to 8. I have a Fire Blast, and I have a Lava Dart, so I guess if I top deck Mountain, Lightning Bolt, I could win. That is an out. Not one that we hit, unfortunately. Discard Madness this at them, and then I can Fire Blast. We're at 4, and we die. Alright, well, they gained a lot of life. That did not help. Unfortunate. You can now pick up my comprehensive guide to Esper Cryo Affinity, including 38 sideboard matchups, and I just put out a big update for my Black Sack guide, including a slightly different deck list. I began offering coaching sessions if you're interested in taking your Pauper game to the next level, and I'm accepting deck donations, so if you desperately want me to play a deck that I usually wouldn't play, something like Elves, then you can make me do that for a small fee. I've started posting a League video every single day, not to mention streaming at least a couple times a week on Twitch, but I'm not going to be able to keep that up forever unless I can get a little bit more help from the community. Any of the ways I've just mentioned are great ways to help me out, or you can even subscribe and support me on a monthly basis. All right, round 2 here. This hand does not look very good, but if we get a Faithless Looting, it's like really good, but this is kind of a dead card. If we don't get a Faithless, these are dead cards. I have like 12 ways to discard, plus some Epicures. I think we'll try it. On the play, too. Maybe not the best. I don't know. Snacker. More things we want to discard. Not quite what I wanted. I guess a Highway Robbery would be a nice draw now. More things to discard. Well, some bad draws, for sure. We got a Mountain. Guess I play a Gatekeeper. If they want to counter that, that's fine. Force Spike. And Spell Stutter. Yeah, pretty good. Moon Circuit Hacker. Island Fairy Seer. Another Lava Dart would be good. There's the Faithless Looting. Okay. Faithless. If they try to Spell Stutter this, then I can like Lava Dart, Tarfire. If not, we can discard 2 Tempers. I don't think I actually need to do both Tempers. I think I'd rather get rid of the Snacker here. Set it up for later. And a Fiery Temper killing the Hacker. I should maybe actually have killed the Fairy Seer just so that I could then Lava Dart and like Tarfire. Snap. Well, we will Lava Dart that. Prevent them from untapping. Plus I get to land a Mountain, Tarfire this Fairy Seer. They have a Miscreant. Mountain. I'll just let this transform if they have another Ninja. And then I'd Fiery Temper the Ninja, I think. If not, right now I'm good just like playing some Mountains. They have Ninja, the Deep Hours. I guess if I Fiery Temper it, I lose a card that I could discard with the Looting. Yeah, let's just let it go, I guess. Gives us both another card, I suppose. They didn't replay Miscreant. Cast Faithless Looting. Another Fire Blast. So we'll discard Fiery Temper, Dread Return. Try to kill this ninja. They have the Dispel. I guess we're passing. We have 9 damage. If we find a Gutter Snipe that'll resolve, then we could have, what, 15 damage? They attack with the ninja again. Miscreant. Of One Mind. Another Of One Mind. I haven't seen draw 2 all game, so that's a bit annoying. Fairy Seer. Like, if we get to grab the prize, I'm going to cast it, and then we'll probably have to Lava Dart and Fire Blast fairies to prevent it from dying. Alright, we're going to cast a Gutter Snipe. I assume they're just going to hard counter this if they have it. Spell Stutter seems shaky, but they don't. Swing for 4. There's a Robbery. If I cast it, they have a Spell Stutter. I could then, like, Lava Dart and Fire Blast 2 fairies, but the chances they have something to kill one of them is pretty high. I could Dispel, but I don't really have time to Dirtle. Like, I don't have time to plot this, I don't think. I will Lava Dart a Fairy Seer here, and I floated 2, although I already had a tapped Fire Blast, or tapped Mountain, so I should have just floated 1. But I'm gonna Fire Blast the Spell Stutter. Actually, maybe I've just targeted the Fairy Miscreant, because if they have a Snap, I'm gonna have to do another one, and that's not very good. They have a Saiba Cryptomancer. Interesting. To give it hexproof, we will try to kill it again in response with a Fire Blast. These probably would have been better thrown at the face, but, like, then this wouldn't resolve. I don't know. Like, we could have dealt them 8 more damage, they would be at 4, but we would have nothing else this turn. Could have been better, obviously. Drawing 2 mountains is pretty tough, I will admit. We do have this Gatekeeper we can unearth, and I guess if I'd unearthed it before the Snacker, I could have actually hit him for a little bit. Now they have a Brine Barrow. If they have a second Brine Barrow or like a Mutagenic, then they can kill the Gutter Snipe, but it looks like not. They block here. They want the Cryptomancer around, interesting, because they can ninjutsu it. That's probably why, obviously. And they do with the Moonscircuit Hacker. Fairy Seer. I mean, I guess if they were at 4 damage, 4 life here, I'd probably have a better shot at killing them than them being at 12 with our draw 2 resolving. But, like, first of all, we specifically drew really poorly. And if I had gone at face and that didn't resolve, and then we just drew 2 mountains, we were going to lose that anyway. Fiery Temper. Well, I guess we'll hold back now. Block here, block here. They have a Cryptomancer, so I don't want to, like, block Snacker on the big ninja, because then they could keep it alive. Ninjutsu. We go to 2 here. I mean, they could grab the prize or Fiery Temper. Or not Fiery Temper. A Faithless Looting is pretty good. We still have to draw well after that, but Snacker's not going to do it. So even if we had thrown the damage at their face, we would not have won that one. We get Pyroblasts and then the Festivities. Not feeling the Goblins here. This is just expensive and gets countered, which I guess is another thing to get countered. That's fine, but like the regenerate isn't super important. Tarfire still just kills a guy, but probably just worse than a Pyroblast at this point. And probably after that, the worst next cards are these 3, but I'm not trying to cut every single one of the cards we're testing out. Alright, here we have End the Festivities. We have a Faithless Looting, which can bin a Snacker right away, and hope to find a second land. If we do, we're not in a bad spot. If we don't, we will probably be in a bad spot. If there's a land, Snacker. That's kind of tough, actually. Everything here is pretty good. Guess I get rid of a Lightning Bolt? I don't know, that seems crazy, but everything else is pretty solid. We know they play 4 spikes, so I think I just plot this Robbery. Now they play a Miscreant. Yeah, let's cast this. We get back a Snacker. I think I'm discarding the Fire Blast. Again, it's a lot of damage with the Gutter Snipe later, but I kind of like our interaction and our draw spells better, I think. Then I think I just Lava Dart this Miscreant and pass. Alright, they got nothing. Well, I could grab the prize discarding another Snacker, but that doesn't seem very good when they can just counterspell it pretty easily, and then we leave ourselves defenseless. Spell Stutter, I'll try to bolt it. They play a Hacker, kind of hoping for a land. Grab the prize. Discarding a Snacker, I guess, is not a bad thing. Like if they counter it, yep, there's the 4 spike. We'll just hold this back. Of One Mind. We'll block and probably get Brine Barrowed. No, they trade. Another Miscreant. And another. I would Lava Dart the one before they draw the card, but I really need my lands. They at least tapped out, so I can grab the I mean, I want to end the Festivities, but I think we grab the prize discarding one of these Gutter Snipes, and then I can end the Festivities. Alright. Not bad. Didn't really want to discard that Gutter Snipe, but gotta do what you gotta do. I could have discarded the Fiery Temper, but then we don't even have that many spells to trigger the Gutter Snipes. They Of One Mind and snap a Snacker. Sure. Swing for 2. I could Faithless Looting to discard Snacker, Fiery Temper, but Temper goes face. which I'd rather happen after the Gutter Snipe. We'll just do this and probably eat a counter spell. Yep. Alright, they got nothing. I'll play a Mountain. Could Faithless. Probably makes sense too. They want a Spell Stutter. I will Lava Dart it. And they Dispel, and I can't do anything about it. They have the Ninja. Draw a card. Play a Fairy Seer. Highway Robbery. So I could cast the play a Mountain, cast the Robbery. Then if they try to stutter it, I could Fiery Temper the Spell Stutter. Then I discard the Snacker and it comes back. If they have another Dispel, it's pretty bad. I think we just plot it. This also gives us the turn to like trade off with the Snacker and then maybe get both Snackers back if it resolves. Could be okay. Another Seer. That does make it harder to make the Robbery resolve with 3 fairies. Could block a fairy for that very reason. They get to loot. I think that might be okay though. And that goes through. Loot away another hacker. Lava Dart's a good draw. So we'll cast the Robbery. Well, can't do anything about a Blue Blast. That's pretty annoying. We haven't seen any of our Pyroblasts. I'll just try to kill the hacker here. If I went for the Lava Dart, then they could Spell Stutter it a lot easier, which I didn't want, so yeah. But I guess now if they have like a big ninja, I'm not going to be able to take it down. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, I could have double cast this, but I know they have a Spell Stutter, so that's not going to actually resolve. Seer, a Spell Stutter and 1 unknown. We just have a Mountain. They draw a card, and then they have the of 1 mind. Just drawing a lot more cards than we are. And we're getting every Mountain in our deck. There's a Spell Stutter. I guess we'll try to dart it. They have a Snap. Sure. Swing for 4, 3, draw a card. Finally draw a Pyroblast. Pretty sure it's much too late though. Swing for 3, another Pyroblast. Sure. Try to kill the ninja in the upkeep, then they'll Spell Stutter it, then I'll Pyroblast that, and we'll hope that all resolves. I guess just that resolved. Fair enough. Gonna Lava Dart this. And then Pyroblast the Snacker here, and hope this all resolves too. They have a Blue Blast, and go for the Lava Dart, interestingly. So they don't get the Snacker, but they also have a Ninja here, so I guess it was a little safer in case I had like another piece of interaction. Ninja, we go to 3, replay the Fairy Seer, play another Fairy Seer. We get a Faithless Looting, which if resolves, actually is not a bad draw, but I'm not really expecting it to. There's a counterspell. I guess I could flash it back, but let's be honest. What am I getting for 2 more cards for 2 mana that's going to keep me alive here? Like, maybe an End of Festivities and a Pyroblast, except I was only keeping 1 card. So, like, I get back a Snacker, I get to, like, bolt this. It was not going to happen. All right, round 3 here, trying to pick up a win. This hand looks decent with Grab the Prize Snacker on turn 2. We are against Ruby Storm, it looks like. So, holding up a bolt could be important. I'm going to just hope they can't kill us right away on turn 3. We're going to try to get this Snacker going. I guess if they could theoretically kill us, I could like Fire Blast to stop them, but that seems like we would just be losing in a different way, probably. Ren's Resolve. They find double big score and miss a land drop. Well, that's pretty good for us. Mountain, swing for 2. I think we're going to plot a Robbery here. Like, I could play a Gutter Snipe. They missed a land. It feels like they're probably not going to be able to do much next turn, but theoretically, they could try to go off here. They probably will in some way. Seething Song, and so it'd be nice to have a bolt up to interact a little bit with their cost reducers. There's a big score, discarding a Seize the Storm, one of their win cons, and another Seething Song to use the other big score. There's an Anarchomancer, and they're gonna pass. And they did not find another land that whole time again. That's crazy. Well, we're gonna Gutter Snipe. Let's see. I haven't done the math. Can we just kill here? Because we can hit him to 14. Fire Blast puts him to 8. Lightning Bolt plus Robbery puts him to 1. So let's cast a Robbery. See if we find like another Fire Blast or something. Discard a Mountain or a Lava Dart. Does that do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it does. This deals him 3. Fire Blast deals him 6. And this will deal 3 more when I flash it back. That was a turn 4 win. Of course, they definitely stumbled with not getting lands, but pretty decent start from us. Sideboard doesn't look amazing. Like, they have some graveyard stuff. I'm not sure if it's enough for relics. We already can kill their creatures pretty well. I could put in End of Festivities. It's not even instant speed though, so I think we just leave everything as is. Alright, we have some interaction. We have some card draw. We'll give this one a try. Start with a Mountain. You got another Needle. Gonna just plot a Robbery. Our burn spells come in 1, 2, or 3 damage varieties. And they have no green mana, which means they can't get a reducer yet, which is nice. I think we'll cast the Robbery. This is the best way to leave up mana while starting to draw cards and burn them a little bit. A few too many mountains, but we can definitely help that with a Faithless Looting. I'll wait till next turn though, just so I can leave up a couple burn spells here. Kick things off with the Seething Song, then a Glimpse the Impossible, hitting Manamorphose, Thornscape Familiar, and a green land. That's all pretty good. Manamorphose makes green green. They play a Thornscape Familiar. Pass the turn. We're just going to Lava Dart that. They still were about even on value there. It wasn't the worst thing ever. In response, first day of class. Okay. To get Origin of Metal Bending. Put a +1/+1 gun target creature gains indestructible. They're going to Manamorphose into it. Sure. I'll just wait until they actually cast it so they've used up the spell and then I can Tarfire it. And this is not reduced by the Thornscape, so they got to use both mana for it because this is only red and white spells. Oh, never mind. They just weather the storm. I mean, that's pretty good. I am a burn deck, obviously, but that's fine. I don't even feel the need to like Faithless Looting then because I'm going to need to deal a lot of damage to them. I'm just going to keep hitting land drops, making sure that they can't kill us. Like 40 damage is a lot to deal, but it's not unreasonable in this deck at all. And Goblin Matron actually helps quite a bit. It's obviously, if we just got a Gutter Snipe, we could deal more damage here, but like this pulls out a Gutter Snipe and will be an additional damage I can attack with. They're going for a Seething Song. Big score. Well, Pirate's Pillage, same thing, but sorcery speed. A Narcomancer. Now Ren's Resolve. So I'm going to go for the Tarfire, then they're going to Origin of Metal Bending to keep it alive. This is reduced by this guy, because it's red and green spells, but then I can bolt it in response. And we're definitely we're using up a lot of burn that we could have had on them, especially with the Gutter Snipe not quite down, but it's pretty important to get rid of their guys here. They hit another Narcomancer and a Mountain, but currently don't have green for that. Play a Gutter Snipe and a Faithless Looting. Trigger for 2 damage. Bunch of mountains. Swing for 1. I guess I'm going to have to Fire Blast this Narcomancer, potentially. Their graveyard doesn't have any flashback stuff. They only have 2 cards in hand. But if they just play 1 draw spell, then I feel like I'm going to have to kill it, because they could just chain into too many of them. They're going to Seize the Storm. Just going to make a big guy, like a 12/12 with Trample. Sure. Then a Manamorphose. And then cast another one. No, big score. I almost feel like I need to hold these Fire Blasts, like a Lava Dart. Maybe I can kill this token. Maybe I can be okay. I'm just going to let this resolve, I guess. First day of class. Okay, but that doesn't give this one haste. I'll let it resolve. So unless they can make another one, which they have to get more mana for. Firebending Lesson. Gotcha. Just deals 2 damage. I mean, this is going to be 16. It's not going to probably one-shot us, but it's going to be pretty close. But what am I supposed to do? Like 9? I could deal with 15 damage now? That's not going to work. I guess I'll let it resolve. Now we got a Fiery Temper. Faithless Looting. 12 damage. I can almost kill it. Fiery Temper, hit this on Narcomancer. Grab the prize on a Fire Blast. I mean, I think we've lost, but let me just check. Weather the Storm obviously just bought too much time, and then Seize the Storm's pretty good. Attack for 16. Burning Curiosity. Let's Robbery, discard a Snacker. Chirurgic. Okay. We can't kill this, so we'll die. We don't have any way to stop them from gaining life off of that. Oh, I should have brought in Relics of Progenitus. I thought that Seize the Storm counted the number of spells even in exile, but it's only cards with flashback in exile. So I should have brought in Relics because that would shrink it. That was a mistake. This hand doesn't have much, well, really any interaction, but it has some creatures that can attack. Hopefully that'll be good enough, I guess. Scrapwork Mutt, discard a Mountain, attack for 1, swing for 3. We're just going to play a Gutter Snipe, and then if it doesn't die, then I might just have a decent turn next turn. We saw what kind of playing slow got us last time. Not that I could have gone much faster, but like, I don't think now is the time to like hold up the bolt in case. There's a Seething Song. They Pirates Pillaged into an Anarchomancer. See if they got anything else. Looks like no. Plus we have a Lightning Bolt and a Fiery Temper. So that's 10 damage right there. So I'm just gonna Fiery Temper, throw it at them just to see if we draw another Bolt or something here, which would just seal the deal, or Fire Blast, Lava Dart. Grab the prize. Alright, now I'll attack with the team. If they don't block, then I can kill them with the Lightning Bolts, so they kind of have to. They block the Epicure. Fair enough. That will not keep them alive, because the Lightning Bolt plus Epicure will still kill them. But if they need the Anarchomancer, it's understandable that they would do that. Then again, I guess they could have a Weather the Storm when we each die. That's pretty good. Kind of forgot that that would only cost 1, because the Anarchomancer reduces green spells. So, should have killed the Anarchomancer. Now I'll probably lose. I don't play against Ruby Storm very often, so forgive me. In which case I should have just tried to bolt the Anarchomancer right away, and then if they would have had to weather in response, and then I could have just let that happen. But it would have been a smaller weather. It would have been better in general. They did Glimpse and only hit 1 spell. They're going to get a couple spawn from this. That's a pretty good draw. Grab the prize, Fiery Temper. This is 7 damage, so maybe I should have attacked with everything first, because we would have seen. But I think we're going to learn our lesson and just kill the Anarchomancer here, even though I know they don't have green mana now. But there's a bolt, so that's 5 damage. Alright, this should kill him if I didn't screw it up again. First day of class, sure. They got a Firebending Lesson. Should be too late for that though, because we will bolt them for lethal. Alright, we didn't fully throw there. This hand looks decent. We'll give it a try. Got that chirurgeon. I assume it's chirurgeon, like chiropractor surgeon. Originally I said chirurgeon, but that's even harder to pronounce, so I don't really know. Ooh, Snacker's a good draw. Looks like we're against Affinity. We will swing for 0. And then grab the prize with this Snacker. Getting a Fiery Temper and a Highway Robbery, not bad. Thought Cast for 2 mana. Okay, we pass. Don't have a lot going on. We will swing for 2. I guess I just Scrapwork Mutt Fiery Temper instead of Robbery because I get some more damage. Like, I get an extra creature that can attack. Ooh, plus we get a Gutter Snipe here. Pretty good. They have a Wellspring. And then a Gear Seeker Serpent. Okay. So I can't attack here, but I can fly over for 2. They're at 11. Then Gutter Snipe. Gutter Snipe doesn't quite kill them here. So I think I probably just plot a Robbery, play an Epicure. And the next turn I have a lot. Even if they Reckoner's Bargain, I have a lot of damage. Should maybe be able to kill them. They're attacking for 5. That definitely tells me that they probably have a Reckoner's Bargain. Maybe they just have another Serpent. I still get to attack around that a little bit. Thoughtcast. And there's another Serpent. Blood Fountain. Mirror Enforcer, but no Reckoner's Bargain. So I think we got him. Lava Dart here. Then let's just Gutter Snipe. Start with a Robbery. We'll sacrifice a land. Another Gutter Snipe. But we'll go for a Faithless Looting, discard a couple cards, and just Lightning Bolt to the face. Alright, we got that game. We get Smashed to Smithereens. I could do Pyroblasts. Not only do they have Gear Seeker Serpents, but they're likely to bring in Blue Blasts. Not sure I'm going to be able to fit all of this, so maybe it'll only be like a couple of these, because what am I taking out here? I do want to see the Dread Return go off at least once for a Gutter Snipe, but unfortunately they're a Graveyard Hate deck, and they're probably going to keep in Spell Bombs for Snackers, so I kind of think we just cut this package here, and I think we'll see if we want Pyroblasts for game 3, if there is one. We have just a Mountain, we do have an Epicure, Lava Dart, 3 Draw 2s. Let's give it a try. We're also playing 19 lands, which is quite a few, so it's not unreasonable that we will find another land here, hopefully. Refurb, discards a Lava Dart. We get another Robbery. Well, I guess we're discarding this Matron. I feel like we could probably just draw into what we need if we find a second land, and it's 3 mana. Alright, we found the Mountain. Not too bad. Attack for 1. They block. Interesting. Play a Bridge and pass. We get another Mountain. Okay. I think we just grab the prize Fiery Temper for mana efficiency. Yes, they could Blue Blast the grab the prize, but can't do much about that anyway. And if they don't, it's pretty good, especially if we find another Fiery Temper. They just pass. I mean, they didn't have a Blue Blast last turn. I guess for mana efficiency, if I'm trying to do that, I could just plot 2 Robberies here. That probably is actually the best because I also could draw like a Gutter Snipe right away. Let's just do that. Fanatical Offering, a land. That is tough. This is why you don't trade your Refurb. You could have sacked that. You'd still have your land. I mean, you'd be taking a little bit of damage from the Epicure, but still. There's another Refurb. Discard a Mountain. Snacker is a pretty good draw. Let's grab the prize, discarding this Snacker, getting it back, and then Mountain, Robbery, discarding this Fiery Temper, hitting them for 3. Now we have some burn spells. Plus, if they try to make us discard a card, I can Snacker. I can discard the Snacker. Next turn, we can attack with the Snacker, trade with the Refurb, and then get 2 Snackers back, cast down. Very well. Is it worth like killing their Refurbs so they can't Reckoner's Bargain it? I think we'll leave it. There's a Wellspring. There's the other Refurb. Discard a Snacker. They're at 9 life. Just gonna Lightning Bolt them. We'll leave the Tarfire for now though. Mountain. I think we're gonna sack a Mountain here in case I want to discard this to like a Fiery Temper or something, but we also just get Epicure, Lightning Bolt, Tarfire. See, that hand worked out perfectly. They stumbled a little bit for sure, and we did have to ditch a blood token to draw that second land, but then we just drew so many cards and burned them down real easily. All right, round 5, trying to get that 3-2, and if we had to grab the prize, this would be really good. I think as is, we don't technically do like anything unless we draw the right card, so we're going to get rid of it. This one is better. Still has 4 lands, but we get to get rid of one of those. We have our grab the prize. Goblin Matron can find a Gutter Snipe. We get an Epicure as well to just start attacking in. And we're against more Rakdos Madness, unfortunately. Sneaky Snacker was an incredible draw there, though. Into another Robbery and Grab is very nice. Okay. This is a good start, which we're going to need, since the life gain that they have is always problematic. They Lightning Bolt, the Carnarium, interesting. Just trying to stave off the damage, which is understandable, but we can just get the Snacker right back. It's more mana efficient to play like a Matron here, but that's just a lot less damage. I think we're just going to get back the Snacker, discarding this Mountain, and even more card draw here. When they bolted the Snacker, I kind of expected like a Bajuka Bog, but they definitely were just trying to use their mana before they Carnariumed, and also just prevent the damage, reduce the damage, that is, that they were going to take. Play a mountain. You got to grab the prize. Wekdu. Sure. Basically a kitchen imp that can't attack because it doesn't have haste. So I could grab the prize here. I kind of want to throw the Fiery Temper at their face, so I'm just going to attack with a Snacker and not let them get a free block here. If they want to trade here, I'm obviously fine with that. Then I'm gonna... I could Goblin Matron to find the Gutter Snipe, but then we're kind of wasting some mana this turn. It's our quickest way to find a Gutter Snipe, though. I think I'm going to Blood Token this Fiery Temper. Madness at their face. Get a land, and then I'm going to plot a Robbery here. And then, I don't know. The Goblin Matron could just be a 4-mana Tarfire. Like 2 extra damage. If I need, I might find that Gutter Snipe though. They Vampires Kiss us, and then plot a Robbery of their own. No attacks, we get a Dread Return. That does deal 2 damage with the Grab the Prize. So we'll just swing with the Snacker first. They do block. Grab the Prize, discarding the Dread Return. We find a Gutter Snipe. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Matron on the Tarfire for sure. Because the next turn I can go Gutter Snipe, 4 damage from a Tarfire, 2 damage from the Highway Robbery. Hopefully I draw something else. Plus, I suppose we have a Dread Return to get back the Gutter Snipe if we really need, but probably not going to be the case. They Robbery and Temper, going for the face. And then Vampire's Kiss. Dude, this life gain, like, even if it's only 4, it's tough. Give me something good, like a Lava Dart, Fire Blast, Epicure. Play a Gutter Snipe, cast Highway Robbery. They try to kill the Gutter Snipe. I Tarfire them. Well... so they're going to 10. I could Tarfire them down to 6. Then we attack, they're down to 3. I hit them to 2. So all I need to draw is like a 1-mana way to deal 2 damage, which is pretty easy out of 2 cards. But I could also Tarfire their Epicure. They go to 8. I get to attack for 4. They go to 4. And then I could reanimate the Gutter Snipe. And all I have to find is, again, a 1-mana spell. No, a 2-mana spell that deals 2. So I grab the prize. So that actually opens it up a little bit. I think we do that then. Tarfire the Epicure here. This dies. We sacrifice Mountain. And Lava Dart should definitely do it. So attack for 4. Then we're going to Dread Return the Gutter Snipe. Sacrificing all of this. And Lava Dart them. Boom. Finish them off with the Epicure is the smart way because if they had some response, I could instant speed the Lava Dart. Alright. I think it would have worked either way there. Yeah, because we just needed a 1-mana way to deal 2 damage even without the Gutter Snipe. But it actually was safer to go with the Dread Return plan. And would have ended up dealing them more damage, so that was kind of cool. Yeah, like we said before, I don't really know what to do here to stop them. We just need to be able to deal more damage. I think our cards, especially like even the 1-ofs, are pretty interesting here. And Relic's the only thing, but it kind of hinders us too. I think we're just sending it back. All right. This hand is similar to that one before, just doesn't really do anything. This one doesn't do much either, but we're on 6 and we have a Faithless Looting to hopefully fix the hand, so we're going to keep it. I don't think going to 5 helps us too much. Just go to Looting now in case we find like a Snacker I want to discard. Dread Return. I think I want to keep the Gatekeeper as a way to deal some damage and attack. Otherwise they have to like bolt it. Don't think putting it in the graveyard is much better than getting rid of a land here. They've got the Grab the Prize Snacker, and we just got to pass. The Jagged Barrens, swing for 2. I think we take it, and then if they go for like another Grab the Prize here, I'll probably bolt the Snacker at the end step. If they do nothing, I think I'll do nothing. Just play the Gatekeeper. Grab the Prize with the Fiery Temper, picking off the Gatekeeper. We're going to take 2. I could Gutter Snipe and then bolt this. I pretty much have to bolt this, but if I Gutter Snipe, it just dies right away. I don't think that's very good. I think I have Faithless Looting from the graveyard here. Get rid of Mountain Looting. And then I gotta bolt this guy, I think. They start with a Looting, so they probably have at least 1 Kitchen Imp, which will be getting a bolt instead. Or this is just in case they draw a Kitchen Imp. Alms of the Vein and Wekdu, sure. I'll bolt the Snacker. I mean, things feel pretty hopeless here. We just haven't drawn very well, and they've drawn very well. I mean, they've missed lands, but like, that doesn't really matter if you get to just like Faithless Looting and grab the prize with the right cards every turn. I guess we'll Gutter Snipe, because might as well. Epicure and pass. They're gonna Looting, Alms, Fiery Temper, Snacker. And I'll bolt the Wekdu, but don't think it's gonna matter too much. We'll just die next turn, or maybe they have a land and a Lightning Bolt. We'll die right now still. There it is. Chain Lightning. Fair enough. I think maybe on the draw I should have brought in the Lightning Bolts. Lightning Bolts, what? The Relics of Progenitus. But I think on the play here, we'll just try to get a better hand. This one is... it's okay. I guess we'll keep. Oh, the Chirurgeon's pretty interesting. Like, here it almost feels like I should just keep it as a card to discard to grab the prize and scrap work it. If it does keep a Gutter Snipe alive later, it could be good, but I'm not playing it right now at the very least. They ping for 1. We get a Fiery Temper. Playing a Scrapwork Mutt and discarding the Lava Dart, I guess. This could start getting some damage in rather than the Grab the Prize. Chirurgeon definitely still might die. And by die, I mean get discarded, but we will see. They have a Cram Session. You gain 4 and learn to discard and draw. That's some serious tech from the sideboard. Pretty interesting, I will admit. I'll swing for 2, play the Gatekeeper. Like, it doesn't seem terrible. It is card disadvantage, but they were able to loot, or rummage rather, a Snacker away, which isn't bad. And gaining 4 is pretty relevant here. I don't know. Pretty interesting. Faithless Looting, they have a Fiery Temper and discard another Snacker. Probably take out like a Gatekeeper here, which is pretty good. I could like unearth the Gatekeeper, Epicure, Chirurgeon, hit for 2, so that is 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, put him to 15. It's not terrible. We still have the Dread Return around though, so like I might want to wait for potentially that ever happening. Or I could grab the prize to try to hit a land drop. Yeah, I mean, this does just as much damage later. I mean, I might end up playing the Epicure. Yeah, let's grab the prize, discard the Fiery Temper, throw it at them. We do hit a land drop, hit for 2. Yeah, I'll play the Epicure because if I save that, play it after the Molten Gatekeeper, I get a damage, but by playing it here, I also get to attack a turn earlier, so it gets a damage in. So it's about the same, and I get to use my mana. Faithless Looting gets back another Snacker. Discards a Chain Lightning and a Kitchen Imp. Discarding real spells. And they're missing a land drop. They're stuck on 2. Okay. So I could Robbery here. Well, I could Gutter Snipe Robbery for 2 damage. Lava Dart for 3 damage. Maybe we hit a Fire Blast or something. But I kind of think what we do is Molten Gatekeeper. Play the Chirurgeon for damage. Then the Gutter Snipe, which I can protect now. And then we attack with these 2. And the next turn, like, I mean, they could double bolt the Gutter Snipe. But if they don't, then we'll be okay. And yeah, we'll pass. They do get their land. It's a swamp, though, so they can't, like, Faithless, Lightning, Fiery Temper, or whatever. They can Fiery Temper here, but I'm going to save the Gutter Snipe with the Chirurgeon by sacrificing itself. So the Gutter Snipe lives. Pretty good. And then let's start with a Highway Robbery. Trigger. Sacrifice a mountain. Draw 2. Grab the prize, discarding the other grab the prize. Yeah, this should be lethal. They go to 6, mountain. Now I just have Lightning Bolt, Lava Dart, but what I wanted to do was Scrapwork Mutt, discard this, Lightning Bolt, or Lava Dart, the Snacker from Grave, and then attack for 5. All right, we got there. 3/2 is definitely not bad. Pretty respectable, honestly. What did we think of the deck? So, of course, Mono Red Madness is just a decent deck, so what did we think of the one-ofs? We did get to use the Dread Return once, and it was pretty cool. It didn't necessarily win us a game that otherwise we couldn't have without it, but in that specific instance, it was better. There were definitely a couple other games where we had it, and it was kind of a dead card if we weren't able to discard it, or if we just didn't have enough creatures, because the deck does only run 14 creatures, which is pretty low, but it had some decent utility. Goblin Matron, surprisingly, I actually kind of enjoyed. It was slower, but the big thing was it could just find a Gutter Snipe. It was a little bit slower, but since we are a slower, somewhat more controlling deck, it wasn't usually the worst thing to play Matron on one turn and then Gutter Snipe the next. But the Matron being able to also be a Tarfire instead was kind of interesting. And when we drew Tarfire, there were not that many times where I was like, oh my god, it's so much worse than like a Chain Lightning or something. It actually felt pretty reasonable. And the Chirurgeon, the fact that it has no power is pretty rough. We really wish it was a 1/1 so it could at least attack. But that last game, it was pretty beneficial to keep the Gutter Snipe alive, and I think we kept something alive one other time. So, you know, some decent utility there. The Molten Gatekeeper and the Scrapwork Mutt were both decent, but they definitely felt like they were a little out of place. I think these are perfect cards in the right Dredge deck, even like, especially the Mono Red Dredge, but here, like, Scrapwork Mutt discarding Fire Temper is great. The Molten Gatekeeper feels like we just don't quite have enough creatures to really make it that powerful. I would say maybe to make this and the Dread Return and stuff work, we would just need to play more creatures. But obviously we need to play quite a high density of spells because of the Gutter Snipe in the first place. So they're a little at odds. I'm not sold on any of these individual cards, but I think that you could definitely keep testing. I almost wish there was more stuff to get with the Matron. Obviously we have the Gutter Snipes, the Chirurgeon, and the Tarfire. I don't know what other utility there would be, but it was somewhat interesting for sure. Thanks again to Chenjesu for the deck donation. If you want me to play your deck, go ahead and check out my Metafy link down below. I'll play any deck under the sun that you want me to in Pauper. Thanks so much for watching, and thank you to my $10 and up monthly supporters, including Howard Granger, Rafa Rodriguez, JDNPX, Adam Cadmon, Apple Beta Pi, Halkaz, Cody Cowell, and Sty. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you all next time.